Let's see, Dolly. Dolly, how are you? Sniper? 1 second, guys. All right. I got my book, but we'll wait and see who shows up. The 72 Names of God, Technology for the Soul. Man, I got this book. I was so excited when it came out. I wanted to add it to my meditation. This was in 2003. Man, 22 years ago? 23 years ago? I was 1 year away from getting married. Exciting time, early 2000s. It was a weird time. You know, we were still experiencing a post 9/11 world. DC, the area I live not far from DC. It was experience. I don't know if you guys remember it. They had a sniper shooting people at gas stations. Everyone was afraid of anthrax being sent in the mail. It's a scary time for a lot of people. Hey, what's the matter? Was watching a hilarious cats video compilation. Cats are always funny, aren't they? Zephyr says, wasn't me. I think they caught him. It was a father and son, and I don't remember why they were doing it. Ultimately, it doesn't matter why someone does something, why someone commits an act of violence. I don't think is as important. You know, stopping it extremely important. Yeah, cats definitely have personalities. I have sister cats. Very different. Hey, Tiger King. 10 people got stabbed on a train in Cambridge, Cambridgeshire, Cambridgeshire, Cambridgeshire. Can we do the bell, please? Speak very grateful as people are fighting for their lives. Yes, yes, we can. For those who have been harmed, and may those still in the vicinity be protected. Prayers. Sorry to hear that news. Thank you, very grateful. You're welcome, Tiger King. You're welcome. It's a little enough thing to do. Hey, Marlon. Oh yeah, Cat has a strong personality, and we love it for it. This is true. Sniper says, even Tiger King, what's the matter? Gives us a salute and a thumbs up. Hey, Jack. I just watched your short of you going very fast. How fast can you go on skates? Like you in particular, and like people in general. You know, how fast do people actually get? When I remember me on skates, it was not very fast. You go pretty fast on a skateboard. I've never been a big speed person though. And if you ever see me run an ultra marathon, you know that that actually came to my advantage. I was more of a I did okay in 5Ks and 10Ks. Every marathon I've ever run, I've never raced. I only used as training runs. My best marathon was only a little shy, a little under 4 hours, but I ran it a day after a 20 plus mile trail run. I was training for a tough 50 miler. So I would do a lot of back to back 20s. You want to get, when you're ultra running, you want to get used to running on tired legs. Hey, Marketplace. Good evening to you, my friend. Tip says he had happened on Saturday. The guy actually attacked two separate occasions on Friday, too. He wasn't stable to say the least. Was he caught? Hey Josh, welcome back, my friend. California girls were unforgettable. That's what Brian Wilson said. Except says say the Reinhardts at 40 miles an hour. Well, that would probably scare me a little bit. Becky King says, "So pretty sky and nature dog and 7 toy pups." Selma, toy pups might pop in. You never know. Lee might be in bed. I didn't see Lee all day. He did pop in, I think, in the afternoon, and that was it. Josh says they're coming in with most random crap and the best quotes too. It's been a while since we had a Josh quote. I think Selma's going to be away for about a week. She was in this afternoon. What's matter says, so hot, we'll melt your popsicle. Speaking of random, we got two very random people here, Josh and Wessa. She was in this afternoon. Josh. Hey, Long John. Says hit the long button. Much appreciated. Jack says, I'm happy to entertain you, brother. You do more than entertain. You impress me. Impress me with your dedication and with the amount of joy that you get doing it. That's probably my favorite thing. The amount of joy. Stephen says, evening Long John. Hey, Environment, how are you? Good morning and evening all, says Manifester. Hey, I didn't see you come up live. Did I just miss you? Zipper says I prefer quads than inline. Never got on. So here's my thing with skates. We had a great little, it's called Skateland, a great place to go skating. And everyone loved it. Big thing to do on Friday and Saturday night. For me, what I did was ride my dirt bike over there as a teen, early teen, preteen, my cutoff jean jacket, smoking cigarettes, hanging out behind the building and pretending to be tough, trying to impress the girls because I knew I wasn't going to impress them when I was in skates. Had I do that over again, I would have went in and skated badly without need of impressing anyone. But hey, when you're 13 years old, when you're 12 years old, 13 years old, it's a different world. Bill says, hit the like, please. Thank you, my friend. Them traps getting juicier. The long, I look at them. They're mesmerizing. I've actually hypnotized people with my traps. What's up, Big Al? Just call me a hole. Big Al, did you just come in here and call me a hole? Marla says, hi, Al. Manifest says, another Englishman, hiya. Tiger King says, Big Al, how's your dog, mate? Fireman says, I went from skates to blades. Probably how a lot of people start. Jack says, I skate from my mom in heaven, my family and friends to watch me. 43, I'm building a channel with all my skills, passing it on to the kids. Hey, Jack, you're doing a little bit more too. I think you're bringing a lot of joy to a lot of people watching you. Joy is infectious. When you watch someone who clearly loves what they're doing, I love every reason that you just mentioned. I think it's completely awesome. But man, I love watching your shorts. Marlon says they truly are. These old things, these old traps, they were at their biggest, they were probably in my Olympic lifting days because you do a lot of pulling on Olympic lifting. What's it said? At that age, you're driven to impress those females. So driven, it's ridiculous. Absolutely. Absolutely. I had my Kiss belt buckle, the band Kiss. Fortunately, that phase did not last very long. Tiger King says, last time we go to the gym, Dundee. Hey, Jessica. Jessica says, wanted to come in and say hi, and I love you all. We love you too, Jessica. Jessica, did I see that you were going live soon? Wednesday, I think. Marlon says, meat it's better when it ages. Depends on the meat, I think. Big Al says, I called no one a hole. So it was just a random expression, just hole, hole. To be fair, you did call me a butt nugget once. So I'm just checking in. Jack says, we love you, Jess. Absolutely. My cats are doing good, Tiger King. Thanks for asking. Jessica's going live in a few minutes. Guys, if you want to head on over and support Jessica, Longer says traps are the most prominent muscle as well. His most prominent muscle as well. Kettlebell says similar to heavy concrete, 75, 80-pound blocks work. That does. Does it, Duncan? I have not checked the news today. Looks like food stamps will be issued. I hope so. It's a big worry for a lot of people. Some of who come here, some of our friends. Oh, yeah, it is a band. Courtney Love. They weren't a bad band either. I think I actually might. I think I might have liked Hole better than I liked Nirvana. So, Duncan, did you hear something? Big Al Halfman says it was a typo. Yogi. All right, I accept that. I believe it. Big Al would never lie to me. Who called you a nut? It was a. It was a butt nugget. He meant it affectionately. So he said. Manifesto says they still are, as the UK still owns America, really. Oh, many Americans are English too, since the founding fathers were British. So make sure we swing on over and support Jessica, guys. Jessica says, have a good night, everyone. You too, Jessica. Have a great live stream. Manifesto says, wash your mouth out. Environment sub to Jessica. Awesome. What's this? Tiger King says, how are you, Big Al? It's mate. Yes, can you freestyle too? What do you mean by freestyle? Like rap? What's this says? He's horrified women by telling them the truth. 7 out of 10 seconds on the conscious day. Mills are thinking of sex. Pretty much every female we encounter who isn't a relative, we think at least 4 a second. Once you get older, it slows down to maybe like 2 a second. Now, one of the principles of yoga, the foundations, the yamas, brahmacharya, third or fourth, I don't remember which. And it is the management. It's loosely been translated as abstinent, but really it is managing your sexual energy. Sexual energy is one of the most potent energies. Physically, it might be the most. I mean, a life form is created, a planet is populated. It's amazing to consider. But when it's left uncontrolled, then that base desire becomes a destructive force. So, tantric Buddhism as well as tantric yoga, you think of tantric yoga as, you know, sexual positions and esoteric practices, and of course that's part of it. But what it really is it's you could liken it to alchemy. It is taking the base energy and rising it up through the chakra system, uh, through all the way through those higher and more subtle until we use it to get in touch with divinity itself. Remember, yoga is the yoke to join together. Big Al says, good night, everyone. Good night, Big Al. Thanks for coming in and saying hi. Melissa says, yes, Soul was better than Nirvana in my estimation, too. I was shocked how great that album was. Yeah, too bad they didn't do more, right? I'm glad you agree with me with that. Long John says, restaurant gets your traps tracked as well. Yes. Your neck and your traps. For me, though, I think, like I said, Olympic lifting. When I was powerlifting, I did a lot of shrugs. I don't know if shrugs really ever do anything, to be honest with you. I think it's unnecessary, but power cleans, high pulls, snatches. Manny says, I'm going to live after 2. Awesome. We're not going to be long. I'm going to try to get an hour in, go to bed early. Maybe not even an hour tonight. A little worn out. Duncan says, I think the administration is being forced to issue at least partially. I hope so, Duncan. And I see no reason. I see no reason to try to counter that. We're talking about feeding people. Big Al, I hope you have a good night. Manifest says, I'm hoping to interview my soul sister from Allegheny in the States there. Where at? I was born in Allegheny County, Pennsylvania. And we have an Allegheny County, Maryland here. Probably several states. I think North Carolina might have an Allegheny. Pretty sure New York might have one. Has your cat brought you any mice? Not since last February. Hey, Carl. And what are they bringing it for me for? I can't do anything with it. Here's the thing. If my cat gets a mouse, I prefer they didn't. But if they did, eat it. Don't bother me. Eat the whole thing. Fur, tail, teeth, the nose. Eat the whole thing, and I don't even have to know about it. I gave them explicit directions when they moved in with me. One, mice aren't supposed to come in. You're supposed to chase them out before they come in. Yeah, my cat brought me 2. The downstairs cat almost had one and got away. That only happens once a year, like February, March, when they're getting ready to have babies and they enter the house. They're supposed to be afraid. Reason I got these cats. Keep the mice away. What's up, Carl? Self-relieving. Manifesto says about her spiritual journey and read her poetry. Awesome. Hey, let us know. And when you have it set up, do you set it up in advance, Phil? Feel free to drop the link. Emphasis, Miguel, and once you're at it, could you please recite and play all the parts in your choice of 2 conflicting plays written by, suppose, Shakespeare? What do you mean by 2 conflicting? Marlon Staffen, who asked about freestyling. That was Manifester. No, I'm sorry. That was not. That was Tiger King. You want to come up and do some freestyling, Long John? Tiger King says, Eric, Lady Sky is one of the legends of this group. I agree. Melissa says the cat is trying to bring you a yummy present. If it was yummy, she would have eaten it. So the one she accidentally let go, and it ran into the bathroom, and I caught it with a broom and a sweeper thing, whatever it's called, and took it outside. I should have taken it farther. Supposedly, you got to take them like a mile or more, or they just make their way back. but I figured it would buy me time. I try to have, I have an agreement with mosquitoes. If you absolutely need to bite me, go ahead. But if only if it's an emergency, leave me alone most of the time and I won't swat you. If you need to top off, go ahead. And it generally works. They mostly leave me alone. So I try to have an agreement with mice. If you come in to get something, don't let me know that you're here. Don't leave anything behind. Don't make any noise. Don't show yourself. Come in, grab something, and then leave. But these mice, they clearly did not respect the agreement. Phil says my cat Tinkerbell was rechristened Mrs. Mouse due to her squeaking like a mouse, but she did the most heinous crime and brought me two rabbits. Oh wow, spread eagle. I was absolutely gutted. Yeah, that would bother me too. We got indoor cats. Hey Anna, Anna, how are you? Hey Parajet, are you ready? What are you ready for, my friend? Oh, every faith teaches love, kindness, and respect. When we focus on shared values instead of differences in rituals or names of God, religion becomes a bridge, not a barrier. I agree. 100%, my friend. Hey, Vegan Menu, how are you, my friend? Welcome in. We're going to mod you up. You are part of Dolly's wonderful community, and you're a vegan, someone after my own heart. And I just visited your channel for the first time, loved it. What's it says, how come I can't see Carl? I don't think he replied after he came in and said game over, and I haven't seen him since. Hey, Lady Sky, I'm sorry I missed you when you came in. Phil says, what about bacon? Do you like bacon? Me? Big Al's not a big Shakespeare fan. Postman says, oh, I've learned to almost entirely snuff out those thoughts and urges at this point. Too much work, frankly. It is a lot of work. It's a lot of energy spent. That's the thing with, again, brahmacharya. You learn to channel it. You use it for a higher purpose. Doesn't say it's bad. Just that you could use it for other things. For me, it's been a very creative. I'm not saying that I will always be it. I have been for a number of years now. Things change. Longer says, I believe Kurt Cobain was murdered. The man already admitted to doing it, who is currently behind bars. Paid for hire by Courtney Love, allegedly. Well, why would she have him killed? Sniper is a big bacon fan. I am I'm vegan, so no bacon for me. Marlon says nothing beats direct neck work coupled with compound back and shoulder exercises. Couple of do the fish pose in yoga, which works the neck. It's a static hold. A little bit of a bridge. That's where she's from. I wonder what state? Pennsylvania. For the neck, isolation is important. For the traps, not really. I agree with that. I agree with that. What's it says? People always ask vegans. I get chicken, but you eat chicken, right? You eat fish. Yeah, there might be West Virginia, Allegheny, West Virginia, too. It's a common county name. The idea of religion should unify, not divide, means the original purpose of religion to guide people towards compassion, peace, and more living should bring humanity together and not separate us. You are so on point, my friend. Absolutely. Sorry I missed the comments above. I'm revisiting. True religion is a freedom from all dogma, belief, and ritual. It's the discovery of what is true through self-knowledge. So would you say that's true religion, or would you say it's true spirituality? That once spirituality becomes organized, now it's a religion. What do you think of that? Manny says, no, I was asking if you like bacon because Shakespeare was actually Francis Bacon. I also heard Ben Jonson before. Longa says he used to get mad at the concrete blocks because they didn't have handles. You ever do any sandbag workouts, Long John? Tiger King wants to know if Lady Sky is still here. She might be visiting Jessica. Don't think twice, it's all right. One of my favorite Bob Dylan songs. It's a song I every once in a while when we do some singing, um, I would sing it. Insane in the 90s, again, was reverse word for slang and meant incredible. Thanks, Jack. Double tap the screen, guys. I appreciate that. Virginia, gotcha. Jack says, have a blessed, relaxing night, my friends. You too, Jack. Blessings to you and your family. Self-knowledge is who am I because we still don't know who we are. I agree. DeVito says, have you noticed this guy at the airplane dumping out the substances, turning the sky from blue to milk pasty? But breathe in deeply. How do your lungs feel? I'm not close enough to the fumes to at least notice the joys of geoengineering. Weston says channeling that energy would have been useful, I'm sure. I just snuffed it with lazy thoughts of us way too much work instead. You ever see the episode of Seinfeld where George couldn't participate for like 1 or 2 weeks, and he got very smart? Longa says, I would freestyle for the Tiger King, for indeed. Whenever you want, my friend. What do you think about that, Tiger King? Let's see. Locked up. Marlon says, let's get back to the martial arts. Don't think I'll do much neck bridges. Just rather spend my time with dynamic work than isometrics. Isometrics can be very valuable, though. Still get isometrics from indirect work. After they spray chemtrails, dumps like flashlight at night on narrow setting, and you'll see the substances nanolaptin, microscopic dust particles. Well, that doesn't sound good. One of my favorite bands is Kings of Leon. How are they doing? I heard them a lot, maybe 10 years ago. Long just says sniper, no conditions. Of course, there's Allegheny Hills spread through Ohio, Pennsylvania, Ohio from Appalachian. Yep. Like I said, I was born in Allegheny County, Pennsylvania. I'm 2 counties away, 3 counties away from Allegheny, Maryland. I wrote the first Christmas after my dad's death. I wrote a little memorial lyrical prose in the Allegheny Mountains. My dad driving us up there to visit family. Hey, Grandma, how are you, my friend? Rajat says they're doing fine. Oh, good. They're still putting out good music. Hey, Brandon. Brandon, how are you? Longer says George Jeff had mono. He learned to speak Brazilian Portuguese. George G.F. Who's George G.F.? Marlon says, well, sorry. Unless for sport specific skill work, I don't see Altrometrics as all that useful as long as you can do dynamic work. I can help with strength, I think. Some people just do an isometrics. Visit Rob Biotics, who does a ton of isometric works. And man, he might be my age. What's going on, Carl? He might be my age or a little bit younger. And he's pretty jacked. What's to say? So Allegheny areas of Pennsylvania, super just weird stuff and paranormal hotspot. So are the Catskills up in New York. That's where. Thank you, Share Bear. Much appreciated, my friend. We got some floating hearts. That's where Rip Van Winkle and the Headless Horseman all took place in the Catskills. I have backpacked through the Catskills, and there is a sort of an ancient spookiness there. Manifesto says, well, Rebs write a poem called Allegheny to Avalon. I read it on my channel the other day. Awesome. Yogi, you say about your dad again, so I can tell Reba. Yeah, I just got this fondness for the Allegheny Mountains. It's Allegheny Mountains are group of mountains in this area that are within the larger Appalachian chain, and we would drive up to visit my grandmother. All my family lived in Pennsylvania. Christmas time, Thanksgiving, Christmas, but driving there in the winter, and it was always snow. There was ice on the ground. I always remember feeling as a kid safe, never worried. My dad was driving, sure, strong hands. Uh, he would never let anything happen to his family. Uh, just after he died around Christmas, I was thinking of those mountains. If I remember, I'll find it. It's on my blog. Everything I've written for about 20 years is on my blog, and I write every day. Plus, it says, really, Rip Van Winkle? I don't know that. I would have guessed that was a European old world place somewhere. Interesting. Yep, Catskill Mountains. You don't mess with the fairies, even if you're having fun. Where are the Superstition Mountains, Manifester? Yeah, that's it, Long John. George's girlfriend when he couldn't have sex on Seinfeld. Manifester says, oh, I've read that about my dad. Marla says, I think about it more and more. I did the more I realized I've already got isometrics for all major groups, so don't feel the need to do additional isometrics only work. You don't have to worry about this. You're still young. It's very good. Isometric work better sometimes for high blood pressure than medication, particularly wall squats. If you did wall squats and plank and then tennis ball squeezes, you would do wonders for your blood pressure, if that's an issue. Carl says Yogi has no Irish in him. McCarty? McCarty is as Irish as it gets. The only way to make McCarty more Irish is to put an O in front of it. Hey, Chris, how are you? Oh, Arizona is where the Superstitious Mountains are. There's a lot of spooky stuff that takes place in the Four Corner area, for sure. Manifesto says, I don't know Yogi, but I heard it's very spooky. Hey, Chris, have you been there before? Oh, she has. She's camped there. Manifesto says, no, that won't work because MC and O means the same thing. Oh, gotcha. I thought MC. I thought Mac meant son, son of. McCarthy? I'm not a McCarthy. I'm a McCarty. I've traced my family pretty far back, and they came from Ireland, Scotch Irish to be precise. What's this? Superstitions are in the Dakotas, I think. Chris said Nature's Dog Realm said Arizona, and she's camped there. Get some time on Naughty Step and consider where your last drop in respect. Someone came in with something to say. Manifest says, thanks, guys. What's this says? Oh, that's right, Arizona. Long John says, everyone, please like this live if you want to, and have yet to. Thank you, my friend. Hey, Jeremiah, how are you, my friend? Well, this is true. Throw a neutral back. Where'd that go? On some heavy deadlifts, there's a lot more isometric works. Yeah, but someone who is suffering some high blood pressure and wants to lower it probably doesn't want to do heavy deadlifts. Chris says, yes, I camped there before I moved to that area a very long time ago. I honeymooned in Sedona. And then a year later, my wife and I went back. Big John McCarthy. Don't tell him he's not Irish. Hey, Kaylee, how are you? Her legs been over rows, biceps or flies, etc. Got you. Oh, so does L. I didn't know that. Interesting. Thanks. Thanks for that information. Carl says I've high blood pressure. So I know you don't like the breath work that we do, Carl, but it really does help high blood pressure. Kaylee says, is it Kaylee? Kaylee. Great. How about you? I'm doing pretty good, my friend. Karajat says hello. Hey, Selma. Selma, I didn't expect to see you back tonight. Phil says I'm 45% English, 25% Scottish, 8% Irish, and the rest is Norwegian and Danish. I'm actually 25%. One second, guys. I'm actually 25% Hungarian. My mom's mother, my grandmother, was born in Hungary. Ronald says, we miss you too, Selma. Selma is back. Grandma says, I don't go anywhere, Yogi. I'm boring. These days, I'm pretty boring too, Grandma. But I like my life. I love my life. I think it's going to be a little easier in some regards. Ronald says, going back to my point, as someone who does whole body training, many things like isometrics just happen automatically without special attention. But I get your point. Got you. It's all about the tool for the job, you know? Carl says, it's your fault. I have it. So good night. I'm sorry I gave you high blood pressure, Carl. That might be the worst thing I've ever done to someone. Apologies. Someone says, my brother, Louis, just had a baby last night. Congratulations to your brother. Mark says it's Kings of Leon at a fest. They only just started. If you don't mind, Yogi, it's KOL time. I don't mind. I actually don't know what that is. Longest as a part of the boring crew, this day and age, not a bad place to arrive to. I've done a lot of stuff. I'm not saying that, I'm settled, this is it. This is where I am right now, and I'm pretty happy with it. Again, some issues. Life could be a little easier in some regards. I have irreversible overtraining, John. I'm still getting some ability back though, but not sure I'll ever get back like I used to be. How can it be, uh, Marlon? How can it be irreversible? Gamma says, "Me too. I'm happy to be alive too. I have a very rich interior life, a very rich spiritual life. My day begins very, very early, and it begins very quietly. I I've dedicated my life to my practice, literally so. I am attempting to live my convictions. It's cost me a few things, but I don't feel like I could have done things otherwise. Ronnie says, when I say heavy, I mean with perfect form, uh, relative to your ability. Gotcha. Longden says, Sniper enjoyed your live so damn much. You made some damn good points, which resonated with me. Check him out this Wednesday. Chris says, I'm happy to be alive. Also, very grateful. That one live stream when you shared some of your story, your journey. Hey, Nature Guy. Thank you, my friend. Keep spreading the love. You too, my friend. Thank you so much. Our good friend, the Nature Guy. Hope all is well with you, my friend. Chris says, so to Selma. Hey, Savannah. How are you? Chris says, hello to Nature Guy. Everyone is saying hi. Let me take my supplement real quick. 1 milligram of melatonin. Stephen says, that's more drops Wednesday. Why we, from the rest, step away to look eastwards. One of the great Course in Miracles teachers, awesome author as well, Tara Singh, was Indian. He was a practitioner of yogi. He was a student of J. Krishnamurti. He had met and sat at the feet of Gandhi. And yet, when he discovered the Course in Miracles in the late 1970s, he felt that was all he needed. Mr. Guy says, Mr. Selma, love you. Longji says, Yogi, not trying to pry, but do you and your brother ever argue or have disagreements considering your close proximity to one another? We haven't in quite some time. I could probably irk quite a bit. Parajat says, say, Jiddu Krishnamurti is the real gem, man. What do you think of UK Krishnamurti? Do you have a favorite Krishnamurti? I like both. I think UK got a little over the top, maybe. I could be wrong. Well, it says true overtraining is very rare, but I did 6 8 hour workouts, all supersets to failure, and 12-hour workout. First hours I spent working up to all-time deadlift PR of 200 pounds. Why were you working out that long? Mitch, you guys says, "Oh, we'll be back in a few minutes. Animals need feeding." Thank you, my friend. Thanks for coming in. Then annihilated the rest for 11 hours. 11 hours. And still did a light session the next day. Stupid and not advisable. What made you want to do it? For the most part, though, Long John, we are in close proximity. I can't say that my brother doesn't irk me a bit because we're very, very different. But we care about each other. We give each other space as needed. We have a shared commitment to keeping the house. My brother and I inherited the house from my father after he passed away. Well, it says it wasn't a set goal, just took that long to hit several sets to failure. Draw muscles from multiple angles. Why did you have to do it from multiple angles? Hey, Larry. When Larry Singh says, "So, Yogi, hello, my friend." Project says, only Judo Krishnamurti says, actually taught us how to unlearn, and gathering that much information is not lighting. It's the opposite way around. But that's what UK was talking about, letting everything go. Hey, Facey Ace, how are you, my friend? Says hello to everyone. Had the idea in my head. I needed to hit everything every other day. So, Chris says, Larry, hello there. Hello to Face the Ace. Marlon says it was stupid. I know better now. Why is it considered permanent overtraining? Face Ace says, I'm great. Thanks, and you? I'm good, my friend. I appreciate you being here. Let me make sure 100% that I am subscribed to Face the Ace. I should be. And I'll be a little embarrassed if I'm not. And I'm not. I am now, my friend. I got you covered, and I got the bell hit. We're going to get all notifications. There you go, my friend. You got one more sub. And let's make it easier. If you want to reach out to anyone here, go ahead and mod you up. I subscribe to your channel. Don't worry about my channel. Definitely want to support you, though. Longer says they only have one sibling, older brother. Didn't include me as a groomsman in his wedding, which let you know he's not truly comfortable around me. Therefore, I did not attend the wedding. I was hurt. I can imagine you would be. Have you ever asked him why? You're welcome, my friend. You're welcome, Face. This is Parajat. My download told me that it must be fully open no matter what, and the only way was to suspend all beliefs, and most importantly, my disbeliefs. Face says, awesome. Just make it easier if you want to reach out. We got some great channels here, great people. So if you want to reach out to any of them, it's be easier for you. Thank you, Nature Guy. So tomorrow, I got two great guests. Tomorrow's a busy day. Do you agree with Charles Darwin theory of evolution? Yes. He was working on expanding it. He really didn't say survival of the fittest or survival of the strongest. The theory that he was coming to was survival of the most cooperative, survival of the kindest, which I absolutely love. That it was the cooperation of species. And we know more about that now when we study forest, the mother tree, and how trees will actually pull resources. When a tree falls in the forest, it does make a vibration, but not a sound until there's someone to hear it or an observer. Anyway, that's not the point. Hey, Sissy, when a tree is fallen, other trees will actually, uh, instead of storing water, which they do, will actually send reserves to that fallen tree stump in order to maintain life for as long as possible. Are we humans the only ones with intellect? I would say everything is intelligent. We're a system of intelligence. That when we speak of God, we're talking about ultimate intelligence, of which we are part of. Ideas in the mind of that intelligence, as is a blade of grass, as is a pine cone, as is a rock. Varying degrees of self awareness, though. Manifesto says Attila Darwin's grandfather wrote more of the theory than him. There was someone else. Was he Scottish? Who was working on the same theory. Darwin was just a little quicker. Lungus says, Space Ace, if you want help with your channel and need people to subscribe, then reach out and say so. Absolutely. We're happy to help. What's has reached out to Nature Guy. Got you. Got you now. Hey, if you could watch Nature Guy's playlist and we can help get him monetized. As well, hey, if you want to put up Sissy's playlist, and we're going to help her get monetized. She's getting close to being about halfway to the 3K mark. Melissa says, yes, evolution happens, but there's so much proof humans didn't get here by evolving. You ever heard of the stoned ape theory? Networking, collaboration, equanimity, symbiosis. I agree, Nature Guy. A lesson to be learned from those trees. Vegan Menu says, how you in chat? Hey, Vegan Menu, my friend. I appreciate you coming in. Love your channel. I discovered you over at Dorothy's. As soon as I saw your name, I had to visit. Intelligence is SQ. S social. Manifesto says, Soul Star, I'm just pinning my tarot card, tarot full card, but I'm also doing minor arcana too. Face says, thanks, Lon. We're here for you, my friend. Also says, there isn't a single human bone in the entire so-called human fossil record. The sudden change from them to us, the missing link would need 50 cousins and 50 million years on either side of them. Interesting. Oh, spiritual questing. Gotcha. Awesome, Sniper. Yep. Stone apes ate the psychosilicum mushroom. I've heard of it. As good a theory as any, right? Project says, hey, it's really great to know your opinion, and you actually have a progressive thinking. The guy eats cereal with tap water. If by cereal you mean oatmeal, then you are correct. I do use tap water, put in my oatmeal. Before I instant oatmeal, I use the microwave. I'm lazy. So yeah, you're right about that. Not gonna lie. Closer says, yes, some super well versed in the Stone Ape theory. It was very interesting, but wouldn't explain the physical change. No, it wouldn't explain the physical change, but it would, the downloading that information. How did we get conscious of being conscious? How did we get aware of being aware? We didn't come from apes. Hey, Shelley. Hello, Mr. Yogi. Good evening, and hello to your beautiful community. Shelley, how are you? It was fun hanging out with you. So, thank you so much for those kind words. Being a Menu says hi to Shelley. Stone solid theory. Shelley says, hello, my name is Shelley Lawn. Like and subscribe. Thank you for that. What's the matter says, we have 13 genetic disorders that will unalive you before reaching maturity. So what on earth are they doing in the gene pool? Bald animals don't have genetic disorders in human in general. It's an interesting point. Environment says we came from spirit. One of the things that I'm going to talk about tomorrow with Tom Wakechild, the evening live stream. So I won't be participating in the chat much tomorrow, except for questions. In the afternoon, I have New York Times bestselling author James Twyman coming up. James Twyman is going to talk about depolarizing communities, ourselves, families, the country, depolarizing us from that political need of being right. So we're going to talk about peace, making peace with ourselves and with others, being at peace. And then Tom Wakechild is a Course in Miracles teacher, and we're going to talk about ending fear, as well as one of the lessons in the Course in Miracles says, I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. So instead of thinking that we came from spirit, if we think that we are spirit, Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, the great Jesuit priest, as well as archaeologists, imagine that, Jesuit priest and archaeologist, had a wonderful saying that we are not bodies, we are not human beings, bodies that have an occasional spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience now. The humanness is the experience of spirit. Long John says, just sub Shelley and Joey. Perjat says, from your perspective, there is intelligence in everything, from non-living things to living, and cosmic dark matter, galaxies, etc. Everything is within a system of intelligence, would be my own understanding. Everything is mind. Everything is an aspect of mind. We could say that mind, and we could call, say, God, or we could call it the Tao, or Buddha consciousness, or Krishna consciousness. What's it says, and look at savants. So could a head injury suddenly make a human calculator or able to play an instrument? It is pretty interesting, right? Or try and recreate any painting after one look, etc. As 2Bs, these are all of our potentials. They are blocked off from the telomere caps on our second or third base pair of DNA, and the damage punches a hole in that block. Interesting. Very interesting. Environment says we have all materialized out of spiritual realms, I believe. Synthesis Parajet, have you ever heard what happens down here was affected by the movement in collaboration to events above? Shelley says, hello, the vegan. Project says, so if you don't have the five senses, then would the experiences appear? It's a good question. From a yogic perspective, uh, no. From a neuroscience, I guess, and a philosophical, it's called the qualia. You need an observer for an experience. You need the senses to experience the. You need senses to experience sensations, but we're not really talking about experience. In a realm of pure consciousness itself, we're not really talking about experience. Sissy says souls have a human experience in a human body that we agree as a soul mission with many assignments. Sorry, I'm just looking at the comments. So many interesting things. What a great group of people hanging out, man. Much appreciated. We're only going to be live for about 10 more minutes, maybe a little less. I made an hour in. Really tired. Like I said, I got a big day tomorrow. Got two back-to-back guests. Longden says senses that feel sensations from vibrations. Yes, that's the Zen cone. If a tree falls in a forest and there's no one there to hear it, does it make a sound? The answer is that it makes a vibration if there's nothing to pick up the vibration. But they don't stipulate on what that observer is. Possibly a tree, being an object within pure consciousness, is part of the observer effect, right? Getting ready to hibernate. Yep, for about 5 hours. About how much sleep I get a night. Let's see. Shelley says we all possess the ability to choose how we live our lives and to cultivate self-love. Beautifully said. Beautifully said, Shelley. So for me personally, I know the metaphysics of A Course in Miracles, the cosmology, and I like it and it makes sense. I resonate very much with it, but I've simplified my own. I do my yoga, I do my breath work, I meditate twice daily. It helps me a great deal. All of that. My own path has been narrowed down to the practice of kindness and forgiveness. It's become a very Zen-like experience for me. Remember, Zen is mentioned before earlier today. Course in Miracles is not for everyone. Zen is a very tough path. It is very strict. Zen meditation is bare bones stripped down. Sitting very rigid, staring at a wall, eyes hooded. Hey, Joshua. But I think Course in Miracles is even harder. Course in Miracles tells you to forgive. What are you supposed to forgive? Everything. Everything, everything, everything. But this is a different type of forgiveness. This is a radical forgiveness that is meant to awaken. As we were talking about with Miss Flipper this afternoon, this is the forgiveness of seeing the Christ within another, seeing the Buddha mind shared in the one universal Buddha mind. Sure, come on up, Joshua. Joshua's going to come up, and then we're going to go ahead and shut things down. Shelley says, thank you, Miss Yogi, for your dedication to our diverse communities and providing space for sharing. You're welcome, my friend. You are welcome. And thank you. You had a beautiful live stream today. Joshua says, just want to tell you all something. So we need eyes, ears, nose, tongues, and mind processing information through these senses. To experience the sensory world, we need sensors. But that's just one aspect, right? Now, again, the cosmology of A Course in Miracles, as well as yoga and Buddhism, is that this world doesn't actually exist. It's an illusion. Maya. There he is. Sissy says, we love you, Joshua. Hey, she cooks and roasts. Thank you, my friend. We got some floating jewels. Guys, we got two of the most... 1 second, Joshua. We have two of the most entertaining channels on all of YouTube. The amazing, energetic Joshua. And in the chat, we got She Cooks and She Roasts. These are two of the most awesome people. And to have them both here, hanging out with me, pretty amazing.
Yogi, you're absolutely right about and Roast. Amazing channel, completely talented in many different ways. I mean, absolutely just fantastic.
And YouTube.
I wish I could have more time to be there, collab one day. Who knows? But that's not what I'm here for, unfortunately. And thank you for the compliment about my channel as well.
Sure.
Hello. I just want to do something serious. You all know who. There's a YouTuber that I'm actually LDR with, right? I don't want to talk about that too much.
Sure.
They are in the dead center of super typhoon, everything out along its way after being attacked by a super massive earthquake, and now they're being attacked. And I don't like they've lost all form of communication. She did a short video, managed to do that, I think, before everything's like serious, but it's serious enough for a short video. I'm not going for her, but there's no comments, so you can't comment on it. But she already had previously a setting. Terrible. But see if I can get some thoughts and prayers, and from you guys in the Philippines and Cebu, please.
It's the Tibetan prayer bell, meditation bell.
Yeah.
Ring it 3 times for Lane. First.
Okay. Yogi, I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. And thank you. Yes. Thank you. I see that. But I didn't want to hold you up any further. I let you know that there's, again, that's happening there. Just
Sure.
other, and I don't.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
But
And
I
hey, my thoughts are with you too, because there is nothing worse than having a loved one in danger and you're not in contact with them. So my heart.
It's just like we know that what happens out. There's no, I mean, after so long, your battery dies. It's just like a fork and it's done. You just keep thinking and thinking and thinking and thoughts. And so I'm not like my normal, like silly self right now, guys.
Sure.
So I do apologize, but
nope, it's understood. Understandable.
Thank you. I can still do this. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You are.
Okay, guys. Okay, I'm getting off here. You can. Yes, I'm going back to the chat, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Joshua. Big prayers for Joshua. Big prayers uh, for Lane. Thank you so much, Shelly. Thank you for those kind words above. Just thank you so much for amazing channels. We need safe and wholesome entertainment. I love when we all come together. Diverse channels, but with a shared interest of just being kind. That's why, I put that practicing kindness. Long says, keep your prayers, Joshua. Chris is sending prayers to Joshua and Lane. She Cooks for us says, well, I love you all. We love you too. Man, seeing you, and I don't know if the internet could contain the energy of She Cooks and Roast and Joshua on the same live stream together. I think the internet would actually implode. Too much energy, too much love. Shirley says, and I love a good rebuttal with respect. Thank you, Chris. To all I need. I got the Omni love to you too, my friend. All right. Hey, our friend Manifester is going to go live. He said he was going to go live when I was done. So we're just about done, guys. I got a few things to do and I want to do some reading. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to ask for one favor. Tomorrow's live stream with James Twyman. Again, he's a very, very well-known. You've never won anything, was it? Thank you, Shelley. So I could tell you all that he's a New York Times bestselling author. I have mentioned that. More importantly, he is an instrument of peace. He's trying to live his life emulating St. Francis. This is someone who's so deeply dedicated to living the life of St. Francis. He has shown up in war-torn countries to play music. He preaches kindness wherever he goes. Might be one of the kindest people in the world. He's going to be talking about his book. 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I would love to get people to see him. He's going to be talking about depolarizing politics and communities and families, of just learning how to give up the need to always be right. And the reason I brought this up, Shelley, was because of your wonderful comment about how you love a good rebuttal if it's done respectfully. We can always think we're right. We can always believe that we're right. But when we give up the need to prove that we're right, now we're giving room to have a conversation with someone. It's not so important to make someone else wrong. For me to be right, I don't need to make you wrong. Right is right. Right? I don't need to make someone wrong. So he wrote a book. The title of the book is, I don't know, maybe I love you. 3 steps. Depolarizing. Thank you, Sniper. If you don't mind sharing it out, I just would love to have people there. This is such an important message. We live in such a divisive world now. Wherever you go, very tribal. The problem with tribes is it's one tribe against another. But it doesn't have to be. Remember, we were talking about Darwin? He was working on the theory of cooperation. Here's one last story. I believe it was Margaret Mead was being interviewed. And she was asked, Have you come across something, some sign, some artifact that for you signified an advanced civilization? That things were starting to become civilized. And he expected to hear, evidence of domesticating fire or animals or crops or building more intricate shelters or villages. And she said, broken hip bone. They found the skeleton of a prehistoric person with a broken hip that had mended. And the host was like, well, how is that a sign of civilization, higher consciousness? And she said, it used to be someone broke a leg. Hey, Caleb Bill, how are you, my friend? Someone broke a leg or a hip. They were left behind. Couldn't slow down. We're on a journey. We were hunting. We were gathering. Couldn't slow down. But someone had to stay with this person because the hip had mended and the life continued. Didn't die from the broken leg, didn't die from the broken hip. Someone stayed. Very last thing. Remember Ram Dass, the great American yogi? Started out as Richard Alpert. Hey, Northwest, my friend, how are you? Hey, sorry I couldn't help you a little bit more, my friend. When he was asked towards the end of his life, why are we here? And everyone expected to hear this great yogic answer. We were here to minimize our karma, to self-actualize, to reach a state of godhood. Would have been a great yogic answer, right? Instead, he looked up. He had tears in his eyes and he said, we are here just walking each other home. We were here to walk each other home. So let's just continue to walk each other home. Northwest says, surviving, no need to apologize, appreciate any help. Hopefully I will again soon. I'll be able again soon, my friend. Yes, Sissy says we were able to first to fix the leg, and this began cooperative human civilization. Beautifully said, Sissy, beautifully said. So, kindness. It all comes down to kindness. My entire channel comes down to kindness. Practicing it, no matter what. Even when I don't want to, because it's not always easy, and I don't always want to. I'm a bit of a natural, between me and you guys, I'm a bit of a natural smartass. But I've been practicing kindness for a very long time, and I'm starting to get better at it. Not there yet, but I'm starting to get better at it. So that's why I would love people to show up and listen to James. He might be one of the kindest people ever. I have another guest tomorrow evening. I have a guest on the 14th, not this Friday, but next Friday. And we're going to talk about A Course in Miracles and healing anxiety. Manifestor says, I have been shown and my personal connection on the tear. All right, we are ending the live stream. I'll have just enough time. I can pop in and say hi to you, my friend. But I hope everyone goes and we hang out with, let's see, Manifestor. Guys, let's go hang out with Phil. There he is. I got your channel up. All right. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Come by and hang out with us.